Michael Dermer here, and in this lesson we're going to be talking about improving your interviewing skills. Remember, hiring is one of the most important things that you do, and if you're fortunate enough to have the money to bring on other team members or other resources, you really have to be able to vet those resources. So how do we go about doing that? So we're talking now about hiring and the importance of improving your interviewing skills. So what are the different ways that you can actually improve your skills to give you a better chance of evaluating the candidates in front of you? First, create a standard process, right? And what does that process mean for interviewing? It means, number one, lay out who's going to be part of the interview team. Number two, lay out a scoring sheet that scores the candidates on the various criteria that you think are important, right? Number three, create a regular review process. When people interview the candidate, have those individuals submit their scoring sheets at regular intervals so you keep the process moving forward. And last, try to integrate into that process some outsiders, some people that don't really have any understanding of your business, but can objectively look at candidates and see if they may be right for your roles and responsibilities. Okay? So now you've created a process, right? You've gotten the right people lined up to it. So how is it that you go about when you're actually in those specific interviews trying to really vet these candidates? Here's a couple of ideas. One is ask situational questions, okay? Put them into individual situations where they're forced to respond on the spot. So take, for example, a salesperson. Say to them, tell me about a big deal you lost, why you lost it, and how you think you could have done better. You'll learn a heck of a lot about that candidate. You'll learn if they're candid, you'll learn if they're self-aware, you'll learn if they have good strategies, and you'll learn if they can think on their feet, okay? So ask situational questions. Next is ask open-ended questions. Don't say, did you enjoy your last job, where somebody can give a yes or no answer. Ask a question like, what did you think about the culture of your last employer? And see where they go, okay? Asking these types of open-ended questions will tell you not only about the individual and their capabilities, but about things like their values and their work ethic, and even how they talk about things like their past employers. Next is take a look at their nonverbal communication. You can learn a lot about individuals even without hearing what they say. Everything from the way they dress, to the way they sit, to how comfortable they look, right? To how they address a particular issue. Imagine somebody coming to an interview that was dressed a little bit raggedly, right? Who are slumped in their seat, right? Or who really didn't engage with you and look you in the face, right? When you're having a dialogue. These are all forms of nonverbal communication that should be just as informing about a candidate as the verbal things that actually come out of their mouth. And finally, and I think this goes unsaid, although everything we're talking about is getting better at interviews, you also need to know the questions you're not allowed to ask, right? These are obviously things that are discriminatory, things like sex and gender and marital status and health issues and a whole bunch of other things that relate to how you interview an individual candidate, okay? So hiring is such a crucial thing. As an entrepreneur, there's ways to bring in not only outside third parties that can weigh in, but you can create a process to get really good at this. But at the end of the day, even if it's just you, getting better at asking the right types of interview questions that can really help you figure out whether that individual is going to be a good employee long before they join your organization is critical to maximizing the scarce resources that you have. There's plenty more information on this particular topic in this lesson side by side with the video you just watched.